Venus, a dazzling jewel in the night sky. A planet so brilliant, ancient civilizations worshipped it as both the morning star and the evening star. Our sister world, almost the same size, mass, and rocky composition as Earth. But don't be fooled by its beauty. Venus is no paradise. It's a hellish inferno, a world where metal melts, where the atmosphere crushes and burns, where rain never touches the ground because it's made of acid and evaporates long before reaching the surface. But here's the question. What's really happening on Venus? And more importantly, could it ever be different? Could Venus once have been alive? Let's find out. A twin-turned monster. If you looked at Earth and Venus side by side, you might think they were cosmic siblings. Venus is about 95% the diameter of Earth, 82% of its mass. Its gravity is about 90% as strong as ours. Billions of years ago, Venus may have had oceans, vast, shallow seas covering much of the planet. According to a 2016 study by NASA's Goddard Institute for Space Studies, simulations suggest that Venus could have maintained stable temperatures between 20 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius for up to 2 billion years. Imagine that. A Venus with beaches, with rain, with wind-carved mountains. But then, something went horribly wrong. Today, Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system, with surface temperatures reaching over 465 degrees Celsius, 869 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. Its atmosphere is made almost entirely of carbon dioxide, 96.5%, with thick clouds of sulfuric acid. The pressure at the surface is 92 times that of Earth, equivalent to being 900 meters, 3,000 feet underwater. If you stood on Venus without a suit, you wouldn't just burn. You'd be crushed, dissolved, and vaporized all at once. But why did Venus change? The answer lies in a deadly process called the runaway greenhouse effect. Venus likely experienced massive volcanic activity, spewing billions of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Without oceans to absorb it, without plants to lock it away, the CO2 trapped heat like an unstoppable oven. Temperatures soared. Oceans, if they existed, evaporated into steam, adding even more greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. And Venus was lost forever. New discoveries. Venus is still alive? For decades, scientists thought Venus was geologically dead, a silent, scorched relic. But new research is flipping that idea upside down. In 2023, a study using archival data from NASA's Magellan spacecraft revealed direct evidence of volcanic activity on Venus. Researchers spotted changes in the shape and size of a volcanic vent over a period of just 8 months. A clear sign that magma was moving beneath the surface. Venus, it turns out, is not dead. It's alive and angry. In fact, scientists estimate Venus might have hundreds of thousands of volcanoes, more than any other planet in our solar system. Some are massive, like Mont Mons, rising 8 kilometers, 5 miles high. Some are wide and flat, pancake-like lava domes stretching for hundreds of kilometers. And new missions are gearing up to explore them. NASA's Veritas mission, set for launch later this decade, will map Venus with radar at a resolution 100 times better than Magellan, revealing its surface in unprecedented detail. Europe's Envision mission will also study Venus's interior, atmosphere, and geological activity. For the first time in human history, we might truly understand how Venus became what it is, and whether it's still changing today. Could Venus have had life? The idea sounds crazy. Venus, with its acid clouds and infernal heat, seems utterly hostile to life. But once upon a time, maybe it wasn't. If Venus had oceans for hundreds of millions, or even billions of years, it's entirely possible that simple life forms could have evolved. Microbes, tiny resilient organisms living in water, beneath clouds in sheltered regions. In 2020, a team led by astronomer Jane Greaves announced the detection of phosphine gas in Venus's atmosphere, a potential biosignature. On Earth, phosphine is produced by anaerobic organisms, microbes that live without oxygen. Its presence on Venus in such significant quantities stunned the scientific community. Was this life? Maybe. Or maybe there are unknown chemical processes we don't yet understand. Subsequent observations have been mixed. Some telescopes failed to replicate the findings. Others suggested the phosphine was present, but at lower concentrations. The mystery remains, but the possibility, however slim, electrifies researchers. If life can exist in the acidic, high-pressure atmosphere of Venus, where else could it thrive? Terraforming Venus, fantasy or future? Venus is terrifying, but some scientists dare to dream. Could we someday terraform Venus? Make it habitable? Theoretically, yes, but it would be the most massive engineering project in human history. Ideas include cooling the planet by introducing massive orbital shades to block sunlight, stripping the atmosphere using gigantic space-based windmills or solar-powered machines to chemically break down carbon dioxide, seeding the clouds with genetically engineered bacteria that could transform the atmosphere over millennia. But the challenges are staggering. Even if we cooled the surface, Venus's day lasts 243 Earth days, longer than its year. That slow rotation would cause extreme temperature swings unless artificial interventions stabilize the climate. And let's not forget, its magnetic field is almost non-existent, exposing the planet to brutal solar radiation. Any effort to terraform Venus would require technologies far beyond our current capabilities, and probably thousands of years to succeed. The deeper lessons of Venus. Venus isn't just a fascinating world, it's a warning. It shows us what happens when greenhouse gases spiral out of control. It shows us how fragile habitability really is, how easily a planet can tip from paradise to inferno. As Earth's climate warms, Venus stands as a silent sentinel, a glimpse into a future we must avoid at all costs, a reminder that we are not immune to the forces of nature or our own mistakes. The final thought: Venus may seem like a dead world, but it's not silent. It breathes, it changes, it waits. In its clouds, mysteries still swirl. In its mountains, fire still smolders. And in its past, perhaps, there were oceans, winds, and life. The truth about Venus is still unfolding. And as we learn more, we don't just uncover the story of another planet. We uncover our own, where we came from, what we might become, and the delicate, miraculous balance that keeps our world alive.